Okay, that was an incredible entrance for a scientist who is born boring and not exciting, don't you think? Oh, that's incredible. Anyway, it's great to be with all of you. Congratulations to Korea for putting up such a great convention. What do you think so far? Is this a great convention? Wonderful. Well, yesterday you heard UTAG telling you about the product USpan 3. And for the next few minutes, I'd like to spend the time to tell you why we did it and how we did it, because of the science and the age-lock approach that we have used in Nu Skin for the last 6 to 7 years now. Ryan has mentioned to you about this new concept about customization, connectivity, and everything related to the future of Nu Skin. And I think he reminded you that ageLOC Me remains one of the greatest products that we have ever developed in Nu Skin. Now there is no competition between ageLOC Me and ageLOC USpan 3 because for all intents and purposes, those two products came from the same family and came from the same scientific approach. So perhaps today I'd like to tell you about the genesis of ageLOC and how it has become one of the most important disruptive technologies that we have ever developed in Nu Skin. Because of this new technology and because of what we are and who we are in Nu Skin, we will continue to make the best anti-aging products that we can bring to all of you and all your consumers that you will introduce such products. 20 years ago, this is what happened when, together with a few friends, myself and these friends started a company called Pharmanex. This was a company that we started in 1995, and in 1998, the company was acquired by Nu Skin. The reason why Nu Skin was interested in Pharmanex was because of its scientific approach and because of our commitment to making sure that we have the evidence and the ability to support what we say about our products. Many competitors will say what they say, but they will not do what they say. And that is perhaps the biggest difference that I can think of, that what we do in science is all about, that we actually do what we say. So in 1998, after telling that story to Nu Skin, it was decided that we should come together and become one company. And in 1998, I still remember, after Pharmanex became part of the Nu Skin family, I came to Korea and visited all of you and told you the same story about Pharmanex. Pharmanex is no different from what Nu Skin was founded on in terms of one of its most important principles, and that is to make sure that the products in Nu Skin contain all of the good and none of the bad. This has been and will always continue to be one of the cornerstones of Nu Skin products. And what we do in science and what we brought from Pharmanex into it is to continue to build on that principle. It's to make sure that when Sandy says that we have all of the good and none of the bad, we now can even bring more substantiation and more support to that very important principle. This is, like I say, has always been a company that continues to make sure that our products are safe and effective for all of you. We can't do this if we don't have the scientists. We cannot do science by saying that we do science. We have to do. Science is a principle or a discipline that we cannot just talk about it. We have to do it. And that's the reason why we have these 75 scientists in the New Skin family, to make sure that these scientists are well supported and they are able to do their jobs well. Many times over the last couple of years, we have shown you and demonstrated that commitment. We have shown you that the building that we put up in Provo in 2013 cost $100 million, and that was and continues to be our innovation center. There are very few companies who are able to put, in English, to say, to put the money where your mouth is. $100 million just to innovate and just to make sure that we keep our commitment to bring you the best products. When you look at these scientists and what we do and what we have done over the last 6 to 7 years is to create this new science that we call H-Law. This is a word to bring all the scientific discoveries that we have done over the last 6 or 7 years into a concept that we can try to explain to you. And I hope you're beginning to understand, and perhaps even more important, to appreciate that H-Law is a breakthrough. It is disruptive. It is an approach that nobody has yet adopted or been able to adopt to make sure that you preserve your youthfulness. H-Lock is special. H-Lock is unique. H-Lock is exclusive in New Skin. There is no such approach that you can find in terms of anti-aging product development in any other company. And it continues to produce the types of products that you have seen, such as me, and now with you Span 3. It's a personal journey for me when I started to think about this H-Lock concept together with the scientists. Because these are two photographs of my father. The picture on the left is very pleasing for me because it shows my father at the height of his physical health. It shows the vibrancy of his body and what I knew, or what I know that he could do back when he had that kind of health. The picture on the right is rather sad for me because it shows my dad at the point roughly about a year before he died. The reason why I'm sad about the picture is because I think you would agree with me that no man can maintain or preserve his self-respect if he can't shave himself. And the photograph shows my dad couldn't even do that simple task. this illustrates the quality of life, and this started the journey for me to ask the question, what is aging? What is it about the quality of life so that all of us, with the help of certain products and with a better understanding of the aging process, we do not have to live through that lack of quality of life that my dad did a few years ago. In a way, when he finally passed away, I was actually happy because I knew that he didn't have to suffer anymore. That personal journey for me took us and directed all of scientists to think about aging process, and finally we came to a company and we identified this company called LifeJet. We started our collaboration with LifeJet knowing that the technology and the exclusive knowledge that LifeJet has, even at that time, will one day lead us to the development of U-Span 3. We had a vision. We had, like all of you, a dream that one day, with that kind of knowledge, we will develop a very powerful anti-aging product. It took us a long time. It took us more than 7 years, in fact 5 years, to develop U-Span. And it took LifeJet scientists more than 30 years to gather that knowledge into one place and to make it just exclusive to all of us. In fact, that knowledge continues to grow, and as of today, this exclusive and proprietary knowledge base is one of the largest in the world as far as it relates to the genetic sources of aging. So, we have published this, and it's well validated that this age-lock approach can and will continue to produce wonderful products. And the reason why we know that is based on this rather compelling picture. The LifeJet scientist has actually studied these colony of monkeys for over the last 30 years. I think when you look at these two pictures, these are monkeys. These are almost brothers. They were born at the same time. They were roughly, when these pictures were taken, about 28 years old. And yet, when you look at it, the monkey on the right looks much older than his brother on the left. And we now know the reason for this significant and profound difference is because of the genetic sources of aging. And we knew, because of this knowledge, if we can control and regulate these genetic sources of aging, we will have a good chance of developing an effective anti-aging product. So our approach, unlike any of our competitors, is based and focused entirely on attacking these sources of aging. And now we know that these sources of aging are related to certain genes we have discovered in the body. We now have the answer to the aging process. We now know where to go to make sure that we can develop these effective anti-aging products. And that is to stop these genes from accelerating the aging process in the body. As I mentioned to you, Age-Lock U took us more than 5 years to develop, and the reason is because we must have the knowledge before we can make this product. In fact, this product is based on more than 500 million data points that we have created over the last 5 years. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy because without this knowledge, no competitor can ever copy and be able to duplicate U-span 3. So the science is strong, and yet we are not satisfied. We never stand still in Nu Skin because we know, although we have done all the scientific evidence, or got all the scientific evidence to suggest that this blend of ingredients we have used to make U-span 3 is going to work, we were not satisfied. We are the only supplement company that is willing to commit millions of dollars to conduct human clinical studies. In other words, we want to know before we launch this product that it works in humans. So we did these 4 clinical studies to prove that U-span 3 works in humans. And that is why when one of our Korean leaders yesterday came up here and talked to you and described to you his experience with U-span 3, it's not a surprise to us because we have already proven that that will happen in these clinical studies. No other company is willing to invest in such clinical studies because they are afraid to find out that their product doesn't work. We are not afraid to find out because we know that when you, even with a negative answer from such clinical studies, we can use it to build a better product in the future. Thank you. Now, Tag yesterday also mentioned about these aging defense mechanisms and how important these mechanisms are in keeping all of you young. What is more important, and perhaps you may have missed this, is that when you protect these 6 mechanisms, you protect the whole body. We are no more talking about a product that is focused on just one part of the body. This is a product that provides systemic anti-aging benefits. This is the first time that a company can actually claim that based on scientific and clinical evidence. Nobody has been able to develop such a product because they just don't have that genetic knowledge. And those genetic influence ultimately and eventually leads to a protection of these kinds of defense mechanisms. In fact, I would say that this product or this type of science is actually building a shield in your body. All of you will become Iron Man. Thank you. So, once again, this is important. Total body protection. And also, these ingredients that we have tested, it turns out that these ingredients, it doesn't matter whether you are eating a Korean cuisine or you're eating an American cuisine, it doesn't matter because these are ingredients you will not find even in the healthiest diet. And that is why U-span can be used and should be used by everybody, regardless of the diet. This is a fundamental nutritional supplement that's going to be one of the most important cornerstones of staying and keeping young. So that's the science we have. Perhaps I'll leave you with a glimpse into the future, because all our products are in sync with what Ryan has talked about, is to make sure that your business opportunity and your opportunity renewal cycle continues to be very vibrant and very healthy, and with the support of new products coming out in the future. Up to this point, over the last, I would say 7 years, ageLOC products in total have generated over $5 billion in revenue for Nu Skin and for all of you. These products have proven themselves to be very effective components of what we do in Nu Skin. And what about the future? Will it continue to produce? We like to think so, because already as we speak, or as I speak here, we have 2 projects actively being pursued by our scientists to make sure that they will come out in roughly 2 years' time. The first project is called Epsilon. So if you don't tell anybody, since this is a very small group, I will tell you that Epsilon is related to a new type of skincare technology. But that's not all. Coming very closely on the heels of Epsilon will be another project that we have been calling the Kappa project. And this particular project, we know, is going to be as exciting as what you see today in Nu-Span, because it belongs in the nutritional supplement category. So there you go. 2 projects ongoing, and rest assured, as you sort of continue to be with Nu Skin family, these products will obviously be launched in the very near future, and your business opportunity will continue to grow and thrive to the highest possible level that we can hope to bring it for all of you. Perhaps I'll end with a Korean story. In the 15th century, as many of you look at your Korean language, it was invented by your king, Sojun the Great, back in the 15th century, when he took the Chinese language and simplified it to make sure that each and every one of the Koreans can actually learn to write and understand and read. That is one of the biggest language breakthroughs in the world because of his vision. Because of the vision of King Sojun to make sure that the language can be written by everybody. And so it is in science. With all our scientists, we are trying to understand the genetic language of the aging process, so that when we can understand it, we can simplify that language and be able to understand what it means so that we can produce and develop the most effective anti-aging products ever seen in this industry. So if you will, our scientists are perhaps trying to copy the Korean king and invent a genetic hunger. Thank you.
Are you Joe Chan?
I am.
Yes.
Wow.
You, Dr. Joseph Chan?
I think I am, yes.
Yes. You make eaijirak?
Yes, we developed eaijirak, correct? Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You've got a dream team of
We
eaijirak.
have a dream team of scientists.
Fantastic. This is for you.
Oh.
Fantastic people list.
Ah,
Would you please 이분들 좀 소개해 줄래요?
I will.
Yeah.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. So let me see what's in this envelope. I think it's this is very exciting. I think I know who they are because my goodness, this envelope tells me that we are going to welcome all our new blue diamonds. Now these blue diamonds, you know, it's an executive title. They have produced 12 G1 accounts and they have managed to maintain them for at least 2 months. So let me introduce these blue diamond executives to all of you because the blue color symbolizes the success of Nu Skin. So let's give all of them a big round of applause and welcome when they appear on stage. So please, 감사합니다.